Hey, everybody. Good morning. I finally have something to show you guys after about I don't know, couple of weeks. Oh, what a great feeling this is to see the sun again. But I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I've been out for a little while already. And wow, it's changed a lot in just the last few minutes. Hey, Rocket Man. I see you there now. Good morning. Yeah, this is a total out of the blue idea, but I can't help it. When the sky looks this great, look at that. The dark blue, light blue, perfect curve. Mm. And then let's see, over here, the nepicity. So, all right, let's go back. We got to start with the sun always. So we start here and you follow it just like Sam's drawings. So to the left, we know this is Atu's moon in front of Atu. And I don't know. I don't see so much of Yuri at the moment, but we know it's there. Hey, Jesus. Yeah, finally, right? How long has it been? Probably 10 days, 2 weeks since I've seen something to take pictures of. Because for so long it was freezing and gray and raining and you know, but I love this right here. I'm curious what it looks like for you guys where you are. Is it special today? Hey, experimental. Hey, Julian. I always know that's you. You're out filming too, experimental. Nice. Where are you located again? I'm curious because, I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but I'm always like checking out to see, how many states are seeing basically the same thing. Earlier, I have a video. The sun was just really flashing, and the 1 o'clock area was something was cutting into it. So I have that to share later. But now it's starting to pinch, and they have been out spraying a little bit. Oh, you're in Oh, you're in the UK. That's right. Oh, cool. Very windy too. I'm sure you could probably hear it. You saw the sun flashing, right? Because it comes and goes, doesn't it? Doesn't just always flash, and it doesn't always pinch. So things are moving around up there. Basically, I'm just I picture it in my mind. As when I see these things like these massive planets shifting around all the time. Let's see. Wow. Of course, we know this is where the asteroids are. The salamander group, all right in here. This whole area, always to the left of our sun. So it doesn't matter. I mean, what direction it is because it's shifting at all times. So it just follows the sun throughout the day. Earlier, I saw some definite crafts too. The long box cube. I don't see it right now so much. Hey, Karina. Surprise. It's about, let's see, 10:20 in the morning. And I couldn't help it. I was like half awake still, but I was like, I have to go up and at least take some pictures. And so I took, a load of pictures, probably more I can ever view. Check that out. Weird, isn't it? Like things were just going directly above me. Wow, that was cool. So right over here, so across from the sun would be nepicity, which is pretty much normal. I mean, nepicity is either always across of the sun or directly above it most of the time. Every now and then it throws us a curveball. It's foggy in France. Yeah. Well, I understand that because I've had my share of it here. This is the first day in a long time, 10 days, 2 weeks or so, since I've even had anything to take a picture of. So, yeah, I had to just come out and check it out. Hope the sound isn't too bad. There's a lot of construction going on around me. They're they're turning my field that you see, I have this empty, open, perfect field, and they're going to put a fast food restaurant here. So, oh, it hurt my feelings when that came out. So I got to find a new spot. Yeah, hi Facebook user. Let's see if I tap on it if it shows up. It sure does. Cool. See, I've never tried StreamYard outside before, but I'm like, surely I can do this, which is cool because then I can at least, share it to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And I really want to get TikTok on here, but there is some, I don't know. I have to figure it out. It's not as easy as they make it sound. So many storms in this. Yeah, I know. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be really nice here. I think it's gonna rain in a couple of days though. We got this big front coming in on the west coast. Um, gonna get California first, which they always get it. Big, probably some flooding and all that again. And then it'll work its way here. But for right now, man, it's beautiful. It's like springtime, to be honest. I mean, it's nice, but it's concerning. I know Sam would be like, "Well, don't be too happy about it because it's going to be it's going to be really hot here soon." Which, yeah, you're welcome, Karina. Yeah, I couldn't resist, to be honest. You know, it's changed a lot in the last 30 minutes. Which you all know how that is. You never know if it's going to get better and better or just fizz out. But look at that. Something, ooh, what is that? That might be the spiral asteroid, like cutting into the sun, like the 7 o'clock position that pointed. Because see how it has that tail behind it? That's kind of what this spiral asteroid does. And we know that that's where it hangs out. And we see, a definite curve coming around all right there. Wow. So, okay, so we start with the sun. We got Atu's moon, Uri, all right in here. And then, like I said, we see the band of Nepicity forming. It just goes straight across the sky and does its tilted base thing. And then that leads over here to the far, far right now is the beginning of Isatum and Nibiru. Snowdrops. Oh, really? I believe it. It's too early for that. Way too early. Like a lot of the trees here really never had a fall. Like they still have leaves, even like not all the leaves fell. So that was strange for this year. Some of the trees are still green. It just definitely our seasons are changing. I've noticed, how we're going from it's just either summer or winter. We're kind of losing spring and fall, it seems like. Awesome. But look at that. Can you all notice how it's light blue right here, and then immediately the blue shifts to dark as well as it's curved. That's pretty cool. Hi, Facebook user. If you want to like reveal who you are, you go to streamyard.com/Facebook and you can, give your okay to reveal yourself or not. You can just type who you are, but either way, if you want to. Right, Jesus. This is Jesus, everybody, in case you don't know. Yeah, later it's changing. I know. I mean, yesterday I had to turn the AC on for just a little bit because it was getting stuffy in January, That's crazy. Yeah, it's like spring. Yeah. Honestly, I could smell it, when I first got out this morning. The first thing I noticed was, wow, it smells like spring. I like, following those weird winding streets. Ooh, I don't know if you can see. I don't know. I wish I could zoom in. It won't let me. But there's like right here some interesting horizontal lines. I don't know. I love looking at all those little details, but those lines are everywhere. I used to think, lines were just Nepicity. Nepicity has those big vertical lines, but no, after a while I realized honestly each planet has its own uh, distinct lines, vertical, horizontal. So, and that's not normal. We know that. We know that clouds don't make perfect straight lines. That's nice. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Wow, that could be the lead object. I can't really tell. Obviously, I mean, you know how it is. It's way better when you go back and watch your videos and you can see things you really can't see just by eye. But we know this is the vicinity, either left or right of our sun for the lead object. It can be, right here, or it can be right in here. Yeah. And the green asteroid, we see it in this vicinity. The blue asteroid, for a while now, has consistently stayed at the 1 o'clock position. So we see those videos where there's a little blue, or, it could be white, but an orb at the 1 o'clock. That's the blue asteroid. Neat, neat, neat. It's about 55 degrees right now. It's going to be 70 again today. It's already looking a little hazy. I mean, I don't know how it's going to get later today, if it's going to rain or not. It could with all this going on. What is that? That could be the long box cube. The long box cube itself has stripes. If you remember during the show, we showed, there's a picture inside of a tomb in Egypt. I'm thinking Egypt, but anyway, inside of a old tomb that has lines. And anyway, Sam has explained before how that is from the long box cube. And yeah, anytime I see stripes like this, he's like, "Well, what has stripes?" He's testing me. I'm like, "Yes, I bet that's it." Let's see. Tattoo in its moon. Oh, see, yes. I don't know who this is, but yes. Oh, wow, look at that. This is starting to look more and more, well, like Atu's moon and the Saturn's yellow moon. Right here, that is a thing of Saturn's moon. And it will continue to where they're just streaking up big time. It may not today, but it does at times. But I see a cube, I think, right there. See how it's straight line, sharp corner. There it is. Wow. You see it, don't you? So that means if you see a cube on this side, then definitely the long box cube is over here. Wow, look at what happened in just a couple of minutes. I might be losing my view shortly. You have to act quick. you know, you guys know it changes so fast. Yeah, definitely. Again, Nepicity over here. I don't know if I had to pick a favorite. I think Nepicity puts on some of the best shows of them all. But that big banding, yep. Experimental sees it. It's quite breezy, which we know that's normal too when they're close like this. That, the breeze along with, I don't hear it right now, but a lot of times when their planets are close, have you all noticed the birds, you know, chirping a lot more, as well as even insects? I'll be up here in the field and you could just hear this, consistent hum of insects chattering. So they know something's up. Wow. This is definitely, all of this right here is Atu's moon clouds, like signature. You know what I mean? I was looking because you can kind of see some micro clouds. That's another sign. But this is totally filled in with last. Let's see, I've been on here 17 minutes. And yeah, just covering up. They were out spraying, earlier. I've been out here a little bit. So, but not too much. I only saw one plane. So we, can't say it's because of that. It doesn't matter if it's one plane or 20, it couldn't do all this. That dark blue. I know, Jesus. I was compared to down here. Look how light and pale it is. And then immediately dark. Especially over here. Yes. I can't wait to go back and look at my videos from earlier too. I'll have to share those. That's interesting. Right here, that effect. Like, each planet has like a base cloud effect that it makes just above our horizon. I still think that could be the lead object right here. You see that dark circle? I can see it better through the camera than my eyes. That's just it. I mean, so many people just think these are just random, random things. Of course, we know better. Like, it's so not random. Everything is kind of in its perfect place. I know, Karina. That's what I say all the time. I'm like, wow. Especially when I first looked out the window, when they first started to, arrive, I'd say it's now kind of, filling in. And as the day goes, usually it turns into just a whiteout condition, milky white sky, and you can't see anything. So sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just continues to get better and better. So we'll see. But I just wanted to share it with you guys because I haven't done this. I haven't done StreamYard live outside before, so this is a first. I do. I probably could, and I can. Wow, this is deep up here too, just straight above because a lot of these planets are passing directly above. You know, not down towards the horizon, but just straight up above our heads. Yes. Wow. You can see a perfect little line going right here. It goes all the way up there. So that's Ice Atom. And then Nibiru back in there. It's not very often we see Nibiru by itself. Like I showed those few pictures I had. That's why I only have a few. Oh, good. Thank you, Experimental. Thank you. I used to, I mean, I still get a slightly bit nervous, but nothing like I used to. You know how it is. Gosh, it's a little nerve wracking. But now that I know everybody so well, it's not. It's like all my friends. So that's nice. Yes, I was gonna say maybe. No, I don't think it would let me do this, but let's see. I'm gonna have to like practice with this StreamYard for outside conditions. I was like, maybe it could let me show pictures or video if I wanted to, but I don't want to lose you guys. I definitely see a nice curve going right here. You see this one, something happening right here. That's probably Atu's moon. I mean, the location top left of our sun, and Sam's most recent drawing had Atu's moon right that spot, and it was way smaller than it has been in the past. Sometimes he draws Atu's moon just humongous. And right now in the drawing for January, it was smaller, so based on what I'm seeing, that fits right here along with these particular clouds. Yeah. It's hey Nancy and another Facebook user. Hi. Fascinating. I know. I know. I'd rather do this than like watch a movie or, I don't watch TV. I quit watching TV like 2014. Like I had like a major life change and I lost my TV. It's crazy. So that kind of made me quit watching TV. And from there, I really never went back after that. So, right. I I'm glad. I honestly, I don't miss it. I could watch it now if I wanted to, and I don't really want to. So if I'm doing anything, I'm watching. I watch all the time lapse channels on YouTube. So that's what I watch. There's a strong streak right there. I don't know which. Can't sometimes you just can't tell if it's an asteroid trail or not. But yes, goodness sakes, this is exciting. It's exciting because I really see, all of this growing bigger and bigger. I just, for sure, it's going to continue to get out there as it should. I mean, I'm right there with Sam. I think we all deserve to know some truth because they don't tell you much, do they? Huh, not much. I always feel like we're kind of like detectives, like sky detectives, figuring out what's out there. Something, right? What is this? Small dark object. seems really small to be the long box cube, but there are I'm there's several, of course, rectangular shapes. So there's like a big one and then lots of smaller ones. That's what I've noticed. And Sam says these cubes are essentially parking garages. They are used to transport other types of alien crafts. So can you imagine? It's like Star Wars out there right this minute, and here we are in our little Truman world, like the Truman Show. That's got to be something, you guys. It's just a perfect rectangle there. Maybe it is the long box cube. Maybe, or something. I wish I could bring Sam on here. He can explain it as we go. Maybe I could figure that out one day. That'd be fun. Do a outside live with Sam. Yeah, the Texas cube is. Let's see. Oh, it would be to the left of our sun. I don't ever recall seeing it cross the sun to the right side. As same goes for the long box cube, it doesn't cross over to the left side. They each stay on their, you know, side. Right, Nancy. That's what I'm saying. That changes constantly. I mean, it's not like you can, come back in a few minutes and everything still look the same. No, no, no. You have to just stop what you're doing and either film right then or you're gonna miss it. Yeah, I get it. Experimental. I mean it. That's not natural, but yet it is kind of natural though. Yeah, it's changed a lot in the last 27 minutes, and especially since I came out probably about an hour ago. Again, this is major attunement, and you see how it's starting to make that V shape, just like one of Sam's drawings, where it's definite V shape, Atu's moon in front of Atu. So that's what we're seeing here. If you know that drawing, you know. And those stripes are cool. I mean, we see those dark stripes going across. Not sure what's actually causing that, other than we know that these things are dragging by at all times. Yes, Karina, I know. It's perfect, isn't it? I knew I could probably do this on StreamYard, where I could combine Facebook and YouTube, but be outside. I just never could do that. I always get people like this guy was just staring me down. I have no idea what people think. Why would somebody do this? But, I mean, I live in Tulsa, big city, 160, 70,000 population. I truly never see anybody else out filming ever. Even just taking pictures of the sky. Never. So I don't know what to think about that. You would think there would be, one here and there. Yeah, Nipicity is going to be right here. Nipicity is, and hi there, I'm not sure who it is, but Nipicity, for the most part, is either directly across of the sun or directly above the sun. And I don't see it. I don't see the effects above our sun. And I do see things happening over here, this banding. So as the day goes on, the sun will continue to turn, as will Nipicity. So, but here's the deal: at sunset, it's kind of a toss-up. Either sunset, it will still be across of our sun, but a lot of times Nipicity somehow works its way over to being directly above the sun at sunset in the west. So, just things I've noticed. Look at that! Wow. but everything else is just like Sam's drawing. It stays in its vicinity, so we know. You know, that's kind of how I do it. I just like a process of elimination, and you narrow it down. Like to the right of our sun, it's Ice Atom and Nipicity. That's easy. Those are the easy ones. And then we know to the left, Atu's moon, Atu Uri, and Saru, even though we don't see it much. And so we know that what's already there. And then from there, you can, pinpoint it down further based on what the clouds look like. And lastly, by the colors. You don't want to ever just assume because you see a certain color, it's a certain planet. And that's what I used to do. And it took me a while to, for Sam to continue correcting me. And so one thing he taught me that helped more than anything was going in this order. You go, by location first. Like I just said, we know what's in these locations. And then you narrow it down to cloud types. And lastly, by the color. Because there are times, we know Nipicity is green, for instance. So we have seen the effects of Nipicity very purple, which is picking up a purple color from Atu, which is like right next door. So, yeah. It's clear where you are. Yeah, it's been that way here too. It was clear the last 2 days, but thank goodness the sun was out again because, we got hit with that big Arctic blast. And I did not see the sun for probably 10 days. No exaggeration. It just went on and on. It was freezing cold, raining. It was just dreadful. Wow. Look at all that. We see this consistent band. And a lot of times, okay, Nancy, good to see you again, hanging out. Thank you for joining us. I don't plan on staying on too much longer. I got a couple of things I got to go do too. It's filling in a lot. I feel like the most exciting part has already happened. But you never know. Sometimes it, will surprise you. And there's been days where I've just been outside, guys, like all day, literally taking hundreds of pictures, more than I can ever, ever, ever go back and look at. Ooh, what's this? I see something. Yeah, you can definitely see this blue happening. Look right here, it goes up. See that? Like you gotta look, behind the clouds with your X-ray eyes. Wow. I'm kind of interested in this point right here too. Maybe blue asteroid. That's definitely the vicinity. I mean, we know, like I was saying a few minutes ago, we see a lot of pictures of an orb to the right of our sun, about the 1 o'clock position, and that is most of the time, that is the blue asteroid. And then there are times when the yellow moon is so far away, it also looks like, an orb. Looks like another sun, to be honest. So that's why, we see those pictures where people say it's two suns and whatnot, but we know it's not. It's actually, depending on the location, either Saturn's yellow moon to the right or an asteroid that's illuminated to the left. So, curious what this was right here. You know how you see some really hazy, fuzzy effects out of nowhere? Yeah. So that's what's going on where I live. I'll be curious to see how it plays out during the day. I got to get out later for a couple appointments, and hopefully it lasts, while I'm out later going across town. Definitely got this cool curve going on here too. I got to call Sam here in just a few minutes and talk to him a little bit. So I always say I got to call him real quick, but in deep down inside, there's no such thing as a quick call with Sam. It's, oh, he loves to talk. I do too. But it's like our shows. I mean, hours can just fly by before you know it. Yeah, what time is it there? Experimental. I'm guessing about 6 hours ahead, usually, or 6 or 7 hours. So probably about 4:30, 5 maybe. Tell him hello. I will. I will tell him hello. Who is this? Who is this? So I'll know who it is. Nancy. Okay. Perfect. I will tell him. Yeah. Okay. 4:50. Yep. It's 10:50 in the morning here. Let's do one more spit around. I'm surprised though. I don't see them out spraying more than this. You know. Hey, Catherine. Happy you're here. Yeah, if you've been watching since I started, you'll know it's changed a lot, really, since we. Let's see. You're welcome. Wow, this is really pretty right now, right here. It's got this pretty white illumination, which, I mean, there's, of course, two suns, and then the Attu's moon itself is white. So a lot of times we see, that bright white illumination. Thank you, Rocket Man. Talk to you later. We see that bright white. Hi. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Really? What am I doing? I don't mind. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, do you see other people out here? Yes. Taking pictures? And they park right there, and they do exactly what they're doing. I don't know what. Are you serious? So I've never seen anybody else out here but me. But I have a big group on Facebook. Okay. And YouTube and TikTok. I have, sky watching. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and see how perfect, it's a clear view. We can get a 360 view, of everything. But it's not just watching the sky, okay, but there's more to it than that. Okay. Um, there's a man who back in the 70s made this big discovery that there's actually another solar system that we're not being told about. Okay, so he made this discovery. He wrote a paper about it, and within a couple of years, the government tracked him down and forced him into a 30-year non-disclosure agreement. Couldn't talk about it, and so he waited that out. Well, at the end of that disclosure agreement, ended in 2010. That's about the time these other signs of these other planets started to happen. Okay. So that's what we're talking about in this group is how, because they're passing just outside Earth's atmosphere right now. This is why, I mean, you're old enough to know that the sky looks different than it used to. right? It didn't use like we didn't used to see what we're seeing in the sky. The clouds sometimes are just like all these V shapes and streaking like deluxe. Okay, so what is happening is it's another solar system moving nearby.
Okay, and by a solar system, are you talking about a galaxy? Or
Right. I mean, there's 8 planets and another sun, along with an infinite amount of asteroids and crafts.
okay,
Talking like Star Wars.
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's so much documentation for this. I mean, it's not even like we're guessing around about it. It's really happening, and so that's what we're talking about. And the channel is growing. It's getting because they don't want people to know. Uh, because you know uh, what would happen. I mean, there is we're not told the truth about most things.
Sure. Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this is part of it. This is part of. They don't want people to know this other system exists because um, beings from other planets use Earth for commodities, mainly gold. I don't know if you're familiar with like the Sumerian text. There's ancient historical evidence. They have carved evidence of other planets in old caves and rock carvings. I mean, it's people before us tried to leave something behind to tell us that what they saw. This happens every 3,600 or so years.
Okay.
So,
my name is Bonnie.
Bonnie. Okay, perfect. I'm Rebecca. Yeah, me too. I know this doesn't, line up with religion.
Sure.
It does. But there is, if you,
sure it does.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
the Bible didn't talk about chariots of fire for nothing.
Right. No. Right. We're seeing it now. We're seeing it. Signs in the sky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right.
What do you see?
Well, right now it's kind of, earlier it was way more defined, but we know, see, this man who discovered this, his name's Daniel Hoffman.
Yeah,
okay. You can find him on YouTube. He's got, and then I'm under Nibiru Followers Anonymous, and Nibiru is in the Bible. Yes, about Nibiru. So that's what this is about. One of the planets in this other system is Nibiru. So that's where that comes into play. But he has a gift called remote viewing, and he is able to visualize the details of these other planets. He can see them in his mind. He can like close his eyes. He can see what it looks like somewhere else, out space. Okay, so he makes these drawings. He has these infamous drawings, and so he draws what he sees. Every month he releases a new drawing. Okay. So, and he's not
like what
he's visualizing.
Like
and so I come along and find, people post pictures in my group, like what I'm doing now, taking pictures. People post pictures in the group, and I put his drawing beneath it or match it up. And what you will see is his drawings are just so accurate.
Okay.
It's like that's the exciting part, is when you see how, then you know that, yes, he is right. Okay. Yes, he does see these things because it's perfect. And, right now you can't see it so much, but at times there's like drastic, perfect curves because these planets are not little. Like we're talking, we'll see a curve that goes all across the sky, like this big, and you will notice that at the horizon it's always a lighter blue, and then immediately look how dark it gets. It's like dark blue, light blue, and so darker the blue is, that's where the planets are. It's because these planets are between Earth and our sun. So their dark sides are facing Earth.
Okay.
And so what we see mostly are their shadows. And
your state is planet
huge. Each direction you turn is a different planet. Each direction, there's a planet here called Nepicity. There's a planet here called Isatum. Behind us is Atu. They got names, and each planet has its own atmosphere. So, girl, most of the clouds we see every day are actually clouds from these other planets. I kid you not.
Really?
Most of the clouds.
Even though we have our own atmosphere that like
Right. And if you go and watch some time-lapse videos, you'll see layers of clouds, and they're moving different directions.
Those blue clouds, the Maximus ones or the Manumus?
Yeah, that's Atu's moon.
Well,
I'm not,
some of a different.
but we know, like, this is the
You know what I'm
studied,
talking about?
hmm the mantis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here, and here's the funny part.
The mammary cloud.
Yeah.
Everybody was taking a picture on this particular day because it looked like a bunch of breasts and
Yeah, yeah.
and everybody's like, oh,
Like
that's
bubbles.
like an unusual type of cloud.
Yeah.
Those called like the mantis.
Mantis, I think it's, but back in 2016, the government released a list of new cloud names. I mean, they got to explain this away somehow, and so they do that stuff. They'll be like, "Oh, we've got some new clouds now. We're gonna," and they just, and the local weather guy will just
know that there are other solar systems.
Absolutely
Systems or
just one, because most solar systems, 85% of all solar systems out there have a binary system. There's two, if not more, solar systems that travel on separate cycles, and they cross paths every so often, which is what we're seeing here. We're seeing another solar system cross paths with ours. Basically, essentially what was happening is our solar system is in the process of passing through a twin solar system, and it happens every 3,600 years. They cross paths. That's why Nibiru is called, Nibiru means planet of the crossing.
Wow.
This is, I know.
Yeah. Stupid right now. What's the difference between a galaxy and a solar system?
Me too. I can't tell you for sure.
We're the galaxy.
Right.
Maybe you understand there are other galaxies.
I know. Maybe one of my listeners. I'm on right now on YouTube and Facebook.
Oh,
yeah. If anybody knows the difference between a galaxy and a solar system, fill us in, because I'm not sure about that either, to be honest. But yeah.
All right.
But that's what's happening. Let me put you on live for a second. He's like, well, this is Bonnie, everybody. I didn't want to. Yeah, she is a pastor over here at this Lutheran church. And she said that she sees people out.
Well, forgive me, it's possibly just you over and over and over again that I see, and I just haven't recognized it.
Baby. I would just say, I never see anybody. I would just tell my friends, I'm like, I never see anybody out filming.
I retract my statement because I thought, you know how the imagination will kind of maybe make things up, but
right.
I bet it's just you.
I wish I had a card to give you so you can join my group on Facebook. Start. You should. I'm going to get some cards made up so I can, because this has happened before. But you remember Nibiru, right? Yeah. Nibiru Followers Anonymous.
All right.
Okay. Go to our Facebook and join the group, and from there I share posts every day. You'll see the comparisons that I'm talking about that I make with you. You'll see the drawings. Yeah, I make all kinds of videos explaining, more into detail. And yeah, I mean, like I said, we're just watching this happen as it plays out.
The mystery is solved for me.
Yeah.
I see you.
Well, this is important to you too, because of all the events that are happening. We're seeing so much flooding and storms and weather we can't explain, and we're setting records for heat and cold, and this is why, and they won't ever tell us. So we're going to tell them. Rebecca.
My name is Bonnie.
Well, good to meet you, Bonnie. You're good. If you see me out here again, come out and say hi. Okay. Bye-bye. Well, that was cool. That's happened a few times, not with her, but I've had several people in the past stop. They'd be driving by and they'll stop and want to know what I'm doing. So let's see. Galaxies are larger than solar systems. Galaxies have many, so good to know. Huh. I got put on the spot there. I didn't know the answer to that. Thank you. Yeah, it's like, it's so much information to put on somebody at one time. Like, where do you start? It's like, how do you cram it all out there in like 2 minutes? It's a lot. Hopefully, she'll join the group. Her name's Bonnie. And that just reminds me again, I need to hop online and order some cards, so I can hand it to somebody and say, go here. Come find me. But that was fun. And it really does apply. I was afraid when she told me, she's a pastor at the church. I was afraid, because this is not so much jive with religion, but she was really open about it. Like, yeah, she said it does jive. I'm like, well, cool, because I wasn't expecting that. That bright white illumination is so at whose moon, you guys. Not a simulator. That's something, a lot of people have been led to believe. It's just, it's too white to be a sun, and it's not a sun. Okay, one more spin around, and I'm going to have to go. It's already 11 o'clock, y'all. I got to be somewhere in a couple hours. Religions need to grow too. Right. Right. And thankfully, she was open about it. And maybe, she'll pass this on to her congregation and explain how she, learned some new information about it. Whoops. All right. I was going to turn the camera around. I don't think I can. Oh, well. I was going to just turn it around so I can say hi. I guess I can turn it around like that. Maybe it's PC. But anyway. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end it. And thank you. I know this was just out of the blue, but that's the best part. But I'll be filming more later. And who knows? I might go live by sunset. If it still looks really great, I'll definitely, continue this and see how it ends up for the day. And we'll also see where Nipicity ends up. Because that's the biggest, mystery of all. Is it going to stay across from the sun, or is it going to end up above our sun? And somehow or another, it usually ends up right above our sun. So it shifts around through the day. So, okay, guys, love you all, and we'll talk again soon. And bye, Karina. Thank you. Okay, bye, everybody.